All in a bit of a rush again tonight, my loves. I'm sorry. I shall be with you very shortly indeed. Won't I? Yes, I will. Oh, gosh. Well, I never did said sunlight soup. Oh, I didn't put the wine in there, did I? Oh. I'm a silly sausage, that's what I am. I'm a silly sausage. Oh, dear me. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Sunday Night Live without a candle and without a pound on Sean's box. Oh. Honestly, I'm all behind like a cow's tail, my lovelies. Hello, it's so kind of you to give me and the community your time at this late hour on a Sunday. And speaking of hours, over the next hour, we're going to sadly wave away we're just going to sit and make noises at each other because we can't cope with being sentient human beings for some reason. We are going to sadly wave away the weekend and we are going to optimistically wave in a new week ahead, darlings. It's a new month, it's December, we've got a whole new week. Look at that, what a grandiose gesture that is. We've got a whole new week coming in starting tomorrow, and it's going to start in the traditional way of weeks with a Monday, darlings. Yes, it is Monday tomorrow. Monday, so good to me. And I hope Monday will be good to you. And I hope Monday will be good to all of you too. That's what I hope. I hope nothing less than that for you. So we're going to have a good old chinwag. We're going to catch up with each other. Tell me how your day's gone. Obviously, need to know what you've been eating for your Sunday repasts. That's an incredibly important thing. Hedgehog of Truth is on hand. Should you have a question, Sean's box will get a jolly good pounding. You can leave a voice note for myself for the community on the community portable electric telephone. I've got the road atlas over there. I've done no preparation for tomorrow, darlings. Not a thing, not a single thing. Haven't fueled the car up, haven't moved the car into park. I've done nothing whatsoever. Haven't planned a thing. Oh, I am doing an experiment. You know Neil and Sophie's food warmer thingy? I've filled it up with water and I've switched it on. It's over there by Steamy Daniels. And by the end of the live stream, I'm going to see how hot the water has got so I can try and make a realistic assessment. That's the word I was looking for there, darlings. Assessment of whether it's capable of heating my supper in a North Wales hotel room tomorrow night. And then I will make final decisions. I need a bloody drink. It's been a long day, darlings. Cheers, your very good health. Bottoms up yours, and above all, and I say this with love, get stuffed. Oh, marvellous. Now, I can tell you that supper tomorrow night is still up in the air. It's not literally up in the air. Well, it could be up in the air because it could be on a supermarket shelf or it could be in my main fridge. But I think lunch tomorrow, darlings, I think that's sorted. Check this out. Now, this has got Snowdonia lunch written all over it, not literally. All right? Don't take everything I say literally. This was made by Ram tonight, and that is Nepali noodles. So you've got fresh noodles there in a kind of Himalayan curry sauce with chicken and onion and peppers and kidney beans. And it is, oh, I'm going to make him make this again. It is to die for, darling. Never had it before. Ram's never made this before for me. So that is going to be nuked in the microwave in the morning, and it's going to go into my food flask. And that, darlings, is going to be our road trip Snowdonia lunchy munchy type thing. And supper may well be hotel room staff curry. I've gone back to that. I've flipped and flopped from one thing to the other like a flippy floppy. Don't say what you were going to say. You were going to mention a penis then, and don't be mentioning a penis on a Saturday night with the nice ladies and gentlemen. They don't want to hear about penises. So we'll see how the food warmer performs over the space of the next hour. Now then, first cab off the rank this evening was Peter P, who says, good evening, hope we're turned on soon. Evening, Boaty and everyone, says Paulie Galtieri. Carol C says, hello everyone, let's clamber into the taxi and we are off. Stu says, Emma could turn me on. And he probably in his mind, he didn't write it, but I imagine that in his mind he went, whoa. But I could be wrong. That is conjecture on my part, darlings. Carol sees cozy in bed, no cuppa for me. I'll make a brew, I suppose, says Stu, and some Ritter Sport chocolate with cornflakes. I thoroughly enjoyed the F1 race, says Carol C. Even with all the safety cars, the track manager needs to be sacked for not removing that wing mirror off the track. I listened to it on the radio in the car as and when I could. Had to pause it and catch up with it, but it certainly sounds like the race director has got some questions to answer. So what was the point of that safety car if they weren't doing anything with the curbs and if they weren't clearing the debris off the track on the pit straight? Seems utterly pointless, and a very harsh penalty on Lando, I thought. Shame, really ruined his race, but it's going to be a hell of a season finale next week, isn't it? Because the constructors is still potentially up for grabs. You know, I mean, obviously. Obviously, it's a bit of a stretch for Ferrari, but it's not impossible. And you never know what's going to happen in a Grand Prix, do you? So that will be interesting. Lord Stiff Upper Lip gives us the lyrics to, what's it called? The Bow Rap. And Carol C loves that song. How was work, Boaty? And is there staff curry for tomorrow? There is staff curry for tomorrow if I choose to deploy that option. That didn't come tonight, though. That came last night. I got 3 portions out of last night's staff curry. So I had last night, I'll have again tonight. And there would be the potential of, let me go and have a look at that. It won't have got the water hot yet, will it? Let's have a look. Okay, well, it's been, how long has it been on? 10 minutes, and the water is no longer cold. It's very, very, very slightly warm. When I was having a break tonight, I did quickly flick on some YouTube videos of these food warmers, and you can get some quite advanced ones now where you can alter the temperature and everything. They can get right up to 220 degrees, the posh ones. Mine is mine, which was a lovely gift from Neil and Sophie, is a more basic one. It hasn't got any different heat settings. It hasn't got even got an on-off switch. You plug it in and that's it. It's on, and the temperature is the temperature. So we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. I love the theory of it. I love the idea. So I might check out just how expensive some of the posh ones are with the digital display that do allow you to alter the temperature and put some real heat into your food. I understand that, it can take 2 hours to warm something up from frozen or from chilled, but I'm going to be having rice, and rice has to reach a certain temperature so that you're safe from the old food poisoning. So I would want to be sure that that thing can get, assuming that it's left long enough, I want to make sure it can get stuff, really good. And I want it to be hot. I need it to be hot, not just warm, hot to the point of where it's literally steaming. So if it can't turn water into steam, then I don't think it's going to heat up my curry and rice sufficiently well. But we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. How was work? How was work? Oh, work was all right, actually. Work was all right. We had a big party in early doors. We had somebody extra in front of house, so we were okay for staff. Yeah, work was okay. Oh, we had an incredible delivery. Somebody ordered from Worksworth, which is about 15 miles away from the restaurant. Worksworth, for those who don't know, is just up for, well, a village or town up from like Cromford and Matlock Bath. Lovely little town, Worksworth, but far too far to do the delivery. But I thought, bugger it, I'll do it. I'll accept it because I fancied a trip out to Worksworth, going the back way, roads I haven't driven for a while, and it gave me a chance to listen to the F1. So yeah, I did a 30-mile round trip to deliver a meal. Charged them plenty for it and got a tip. I really enjoyed that. I miss being around those parts of the world, around Matlock Bath, around Cromford, Worksworth. I loved living around there. I had pondered the prospect of being asleep by now, says the M11, but Matron has kept me awake, so here I am. And we're delighted you're here, Emma. Good evening, you wonderfully sexy human beings, and a very good evening to you. Trisha Alderman is with us and says good evening. I so want to have tea in an igloo now, says Peter P. I dived into that 101 Very Finished Problems book today. Oh, it is brilliant. I'm absolutely loving it. What a perfect toilet book. It's thank you very much. It's an incredibly welcome addition to my bathroom library. Some books make perfect toilet books. And I think what makes a perfect toilet book is one that, like the Clarkson books that are a compilation of his newspaper columns. So it means that they're very small chapters. So you can read an entire thing while you're having a wee, or read 2 or 3 entire things while you're having a shout. And The chapters in the finished problems book are very small indeed. You could get through more than one of those just having a wheedle tweedle. So that's brilliant. JJ is still performing beautifully, so that's good. Thank you for your company earlier for the lunchtime live, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed my lunch. Now, I know it was the same as the previous two. So next Sunday, I will be ringing the changes. I also thought I'd be asleep by now, says Matron, but Emma kept me awake. Hello, all. I'll only be here for a short time. Stu is flagging, says Stu. At 45 quid a head, Peter, says Emma. Talking about the tea in an igloo. If you're paying, let's go. £45 for head, says Stu, pricking his ears up. For that price, says Peter P, the cake had better be included. Mystic Hair is with us. Good evening, one and all. The lovely Tricia says good evening, Boaty, and good evening to you and Paul. Stu is on the Tetleys, he's behaving today. New week, more Vlogmas, says Peter P. Oh, lunch does look absolutely amazing, Peter P, and I would absolutely love to have lunch in an igloo, says Emma, just out of my budget. If you fly over, I'll book it. If I could, I would, says Peter. Don't forget your toothbrush, says Carol C. Yes, I'll pack a case tonight or do it in the morning or something. Right, we've got some voice messages pinging in, darlings. And the first one is from the lovely Mr. Parry.
Good evening, Reverend.
Good evening.
How's your day been?
All right.
Sorry I missed your live stream this afternoon, sir.
That's all right.
Because I was watching a movie on the telly, I'm sorry. And catching up about my TV programmes, sir. Anyway, you'll see a picture of my dinner. Didn't exactly have a roast dinner today. I had chicken drumsticks. I had 5 on a plate, but I couldn't quite manage them. I had 1 left.
Looks really nice, to be fair.
And we also had the cheesecake. For my snack today, I just had beans on toast with a little bit of cheese in it.
Oh dear.
Followed by a posh coffee again, and a posh coffee this evening with, what's the name? And I look forward to watch the live stream, sir. And I have sent you a quick snap from the kitchen with some Christmas decorations in the kitchen, sir.
Oh,
anyway, thank you very much. And everybody's feeling down, please sit back and chill out and enjoy the live stream. And I hope all goes well on your road trip tomorrow, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I hope the matron's fine. I hope Emma's fine as well as their family. And the captain, if he's on the ship as well. And I hope everybody else is fine in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parry. Always a joy to hear from you.
Bollocks.
Lovely. That was Captain Mustard there. I would like a nice chocolate finger, says Emma. And she goes on, my Vlogmas would be complete having an extortionate high tea with Peter P in a glass igloo as the snow falls outside. Mike S is with us. Good evening to one and all. Had a busy day trying to avoid the crowds at the weekly supermarket shop. Christmas panic seems to be on a lot of people's minds. Mike, my wonderful neighbour, says Emma. I would gladly chip in for your igloo experience, Emma, says Peter. Mike got back from the shop and had roast beef with all the trimmings. Oh, and is now feeling very stuffed. I love nuts in my chocolate, says Emma, or orange. What, you like orange in your chocolate or you like nuts in your orange? Carol Ann, living in the moment, is up awfully late tonight and says good evening to everyone. And a jolly good evening to you, Carol Ann, you delightful creature, you. People got paid, need to buy food, says Carol. Oh, that's kind, Peter P, says Emma, but I'm not begging. Besides, you're only allowed to go as a party of 8. Good evening to the gorgeous and wonderful Carol Ann, says Emma. Project Nigel says, hello, everyone, dear old Captain Mustard. I would apologise for missing a couple of live streams, but I have other stuff to do. Hi, Carol Ann. What's your game now? Can anybody play? Oh gosh, yes, dear. It's a tradition to have a chocolate orange in our stockings in this house, says Emma. Carol Ann is looking forward to Emma's next Vlogmas. God, glutton for punishment there, my lovely. Boaty, Hubner uploaded that video of him sleeping in the Belingo. It's hilarious seeing him frozen like a lonely fish finger at the back of the freezer. Oh God, I might have to watch that. Evening Mustard, says Matron. Sorry I missed your live last night, but I was out getting wine and shots poured into me. I watched it today's anyways. Emma says gosh as well, says Mustard. Thanks, Carol Ann, says Emma. Today's wasn't that exciting. They will get more interesting, I promise. Gosh, I think it's a management team thing, says Matron, because me and Boaty say gosh too. I say gosh quite a lot. Golly gosh, Rogan Josh. Oh, yes. Carol Ann says, I need to pull my finger out of Emma. I'm just not feeling the Christmas vibes yet. Well, I imagine that Emma probably is. Well, I suppose it depends where you've got your finger. Gosh, what a thing to be discussing on the Sabbath. A finger of fudge is just enough to give your kids a treat. A finger of fudge is just enough until it's time to eat. It's full of chocolatey goodness. Emma says, I bet Hubner is getting the views from people rushing to watch that, though. Yeah, it'll be good for views, no doubt. And Paulie says, Emma, he only likes comments from people who think it was a great idea. Do you have a lovely northern accent, Stu asks Emma. And Stu replies, yes. I was raided. He meant raised. He did correct himself. Raised in New Moston and then Withenshaw. Oh, I know Withenshaw. I look forward to your festive content, Carol Ann, says Emma. I have to say, doing Vlogmas has really forced me into the festive mood early, and I'm loving it, as is Little Lemon. Good evening, all, says Bad Books. Kanjo Racer says, do we not like Hubnut, Paulie? Andrew Buttygig joins us and says a very good evening to Boaty and everyone. Hubnut's okay, says Paulie, but I can't be doing with the self-pity camping. I don't watch Hubnut, says Emma, but I'm tempted just to see this. Oh, Mark on Motoring is with us, Mr. Tickle himself. Evening all. Good evening, Mark. I need to watch your video. Mark has reviewed one of the new Defenders, and I've only watched one review of the new Defender, and that was Harry Metcalf. And I don't think anybody would disagree with me when I say that the only presence on YouTube to rival Harry Metcalf as a motoring journalist, stroke reviewer, stroke whatever, is Mr. Tickle himself, Mark on Motoring. So I need to watch that video of yours. Always fun delivering to Matlock in the truck, says Mark, especially last year when the roadworks ran. Oh, where do you deliver to in Matlock? It's Mr. Tickle, says Emma somewhat excitedly. Paulie says, Mark, a mate of mine, took out a row of bikes in Matlock back in the 80s with his TX Bedford. Right. Are you talking about Matlock or Matlock Bath? Because the bikers head to Matlock Bath. I didn't mind them too much, except on a Sunday morning. Now I've shown you where I lived in Matlock Bath, where our little World Heritage. Well, it wasn't so little; it was a big old World Heritage cottage, and the bikers on a Sunday morning were, quite honestly, a bloody nightmare. Selfish, inconsiderate swines. They would start coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning, revving their little nuts off. Honestly, there was many a Sunday morning where I was tempted to go and stretch a cheese wire across the road at about throat height. Come to Matlock by all means, enjoy yourself by all means, rev your stupid motorised bicycles if you want to by all means, but don't do it at 7 o'clock in the pissing morning when I was at the restaurant until 1 a.m. and I'm trying to get a bit of kip. Arseholes. Live and let live, eh? Bad books. Dinner was venison, broccoli, French beans, sprouts, Sainsbury's Yorkshire puddings, recommended by yourself. Yes. And tea was homemade Howgate Wonder apple crumble and cream. Very local venison from a neighbouring farmer. Oh, excellent. Oh, Mark's telling us what he drives. These days, I drive a mix of trucks from 18 ton to 44 ton with DAF, Merc, MAN, and Renault cabs. Also had a Scania last week. I used to tramp, and I know what tramping is. I used to tramp in a Volvo FH Globetrotter XL with an extending trailer. Brilliant, says Paulie. I drove my cousin's 2019 Scania V8 in Ireland last year. It was incredible. Peter P learned to drive in a Scania. God, we're all talking trucks now. This is exciting. I don't know anything about trucks, except that I know I would like a Peterbilt. Captain Mustard brings us back down to earth and says, I fucking hate marzipan. Apropos of nothing, a bit of a non sequitur there. Oh, I love marzipan, says Matron. I could eat it by itself. The only place for marzipan, says Peter P, is on a princess cake, whatever that is. Marzipan is only good for making tormas, whatever they are. I don't know what anybody's talking about today. I once drove to Matlock Bath from Norwich, says Mike S. Had sausage and chips and drove back home. I'm living the dream, really. Right. Mark gives me an answer. Boaty, most recently, Sainsbury's Matlock. I love Sainsbury's at Matlock. It's probably my favourite Sainsbury's. I watched that being built. Yeah. But I used to deliver to a steel stick holder there. Also, you can hear the bikers when at the Great British Car Journey. Oh, God, yeah. Sainsbury's at Matlock. It's a lovely Sainsbury's. It's really quite scenic, set into a rock face at the bottom of the cliff, underneath the quarry. And I remember them building it. There was a hell of a to do with the planning permission because the shops in town were up in arms. And Saint Bob's had Jimmy Quinn has just messaged the Boaty's World Facebook page saying, "Can you tell me more about yourself?" Not much more, no, Jimmy Quinn. I'm pretty indiscreet as it is. A telephone call. Good evening, Mystery Mustard.
Good evening.
Good
There
evening.
is many an interesting point to be made about marzipan.
Right.
And the point being is that tonight I haven't had time to cook a meal. So simply a bag of nuts has been for my consumption. Mixed nuts. Mixed nuts. In there you'll find lots of almonds. Almonds?
Repetition of almonds. That's a point to me.
I'm not playing the game, you daft wanky git. Yes. Anyway, having had a few of them, you kind of get fed up with that marzipan taste. Oh, it's like sniffing your friend's underpants. Just thought I'd clear that up for you.
Thank you. I think I speak for the entire community when I say that we all found that helpful and entertaining in equal measures.
No, you didn't.
Well, no, I didn't, but I'm just trying to be kind. You know, I'm
Well,
like,
right. Nobody agrees with that. Nobody's interested. But we'll say, actually, the Peterbilt truck in Duel, yes, the film Duel, the last comment I spotted there, yes, one of the coolest films ever.
did you?
And Spielberg's first ever film. It was excellent.
It was his first ever film. And did you know it's on YouTube in its entirety?
Nope.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go watch it now. Bye.
Yeah, I found Duel on YouTube only a couple of days ago. And I thought, God, I remember that film. It was amazing. So, but it did drag on a bit. So I watched it on YouTube. But I watched the first 3 minutes and the last 3 minutes and cut out all of the middle bit. And it was very good indeed. Where were we? Oh, Mark was delivering to Sainsbury's and Matlock. And I was saying that, yeah, they had a hell of a job with planning permission because the local shops weren't happy. So it's quite an unusual Sainsbury's because they had a lot of restrictions. So, for example, they weren't allowed to have a fresh meat counter because probably because the local butcher bribed the bloody council to stop them from doing it. But when I was poor, says Matron, the supermarket near me often had marzipan on special offer for just 20p a block. But back when you were poor, Matron, that would have been 4 shillings, wouldn't it? Cheese wired at throat height, classic, says Ross. Oh, God, I hated them. Mustard doesn't like Batterberg then. Peterbilt was the famous movie truck. What was it called? Duel, says Stu. Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever seen Chris Eubanks? Oh, his is gorgeous. I could do with some cheese wire here, says Andrew. I have 3 or 4 young something wits who thrash about like idiots. Yeah, well, that'd calm them down, wouldn't it? Oh, God, Duel freaked me out, says Emma. Battenberg versus jam sandwich, says Simone. Hello, Simone. Those who know will know what I mean. I was a kid, though, says Emma. That truck is still down there to this day, says Paulie, talking about the Peterbilt in Duel. Mark's talking about trucks being mostly robotized manual now, as in auto. Miss the old ones, as driving was an art, a bit like roping and sheeting. Mike S is with Captain Mustard on the marzipan subject. It really is the food of Beelzebub. Oh, dear. And lots of praise for Duel as a movie. Emma's asking Stu what his birth year was, being curious as he was also freaked out by Duel. And Mark says, Andrew, Duel keeps popping up on my YouTube feed. Harry and the Hendersons freaked me out as a kid, says Peter P. What time is it? Oh, it's 25 to. Right. I am going to get off on time tonight, darling. See, I've got stuff to get sorted for tomorrow. Oh, let's go and have a look at the food thingy, see how that's doing. See if the water is any warmer than it was. Oh, I tell you what. Okay, Okay, so it's been on for what, 35 minutes, something like that. And that water is hot enough that it's uncomfortable keeping your finger in it. God, imagine that, darlings. Imagine something that was uncomfortable to keep your finger in for too long. Oh, stop talking about those things. Stop talking about those things. So that kind of bodes well, doesn't it? So if I left my semi-frozen staff curry in that for about 3 hours, then should get it warm, really, shouldn't it? Hot, I mean. Threads freak me out the most, though, says Emma. I still haven't seen that. Eraserhead gave me nightmares for years, says Matron. Convoy is the best truck film with the late Chris Christopherson, who we sadly lost recently, says Mark. Boaty, are you taking Mini Boaty on your trip? I hadn't thought of it, but then I haven't done any preparation other than going through the atlas with a fine tooth comb, planning my route. I think I've planned a lovely route. I'm very excited about it. Unfortunately, we checked the weather live in the lunchtime live today, and it's going to piss it down all day throughout the journey, and then it's going to piss it down all day Tuesday as well. But I don't care. I will be in Officer Crabtree with a panoramic roof and Ram's Nepali noodles in my food flask. And then I will be in a lovely, well, a cheap hotel room. It'll be lovely. And I'll have you lot and a live stream and vodka and tonic and potentially staff curry. I'm quite encouraged by how hot that water is. I mean, if that's uncomfortable to keep my finger in, then that's kind of pretty hot, isn't it? Although it's not actually steaming the water. So is that going to get rice hot enough for it to be safe to eat? There's a question. Or was it Convoy that freaked me out, says Emma? It was the film with the terrifying truck that just kept on appearing. Yeah, that's Duel. That's Duel, Emma. Maximum Overdrive is another good truck-based film, says Paulie. Everybody's talking about Threads. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Threads is even more scary with all of the threats going on in the world at the moment, says Emma. Keep it light, please, says Peter P. Road Games, Stacey Keaton, Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis. What? I should cocoa. That hedgehog appears to be doing some porn, says Mustard. Only in your mind. Yeah, sorry, says Emma. I wasn't about to give a blow-by-blow account. We need Clotshot to return to lighten things up. Boaty, I think Threads may currently be available on BBC iPlayer. I'm not allowed to look at that. I don't have a television license, and I'm not a cheap, darlings. Well, I mean, I am, but not at some things. And because I don't have a television license because I don't have a television. But I do play by the rules. I don't look at BBC iPlayer because you're not allowed to without a TV license. And because I'm a kind of straight bat sort of chap, I abide by that. I'm taking this bad boy with me tomorrow. This is going to get good use over the winter, darlings. By the end of this winter, I'm going to be totally reconnected with Snowdonia and North Wales generally. We just need YouTube to do a little bit better for me to fund it. Matron says, I'm glad you can see that too, Mustard. I've been wanting to mention what the box looks like for weeks, but I didn't want to disrespect Sean's box. Oh, I see that. What? Right, okay. Is it the juxtaposition of the hedgehog and the box that makes it look like it's doing porn. Paulie says you should see her in True Lies, Boaty, Jamie Lee Curtis. You'd love her dancing in the hotel room. I can't type on this damn phone, says Matron. I can't type on any phone. My big old hands are too big for portable electric telephones. That's why I hate WhatsApp. So many people use WhatsApp for good reasons, but I hate it because I cannot type on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp, you can only have it on your phone. And I hate that. So if I'm talking to somebody on WhatsApp, then what I have to do is I have to go into notes on my iPad, type what I want to say in notes on my iPad. That will be transported onto my iPhone, and then I have to copy and paste it from notes into WhatsApp. It's an absolute nuisance.
Oh, Simone says she's sending a voice note. I bet it's going to start with Boaty Pound Sharn's box.
No, it'll start with hello, Boaty. Now you be sure to pound Sean's box like you've just been sexually accosted by Julian Clary or something like that. My Sky Cube. Oh, and here we go. Here we go.
All right there, Boaty. Don't forget to pound Sean's box, okay?
It's Liverpudley and Simone. Oh my God. Oh my God. How are your tracky bottoms, Simone? Right, well, let's Liverpudley and Simone. I wasn't expecting that. Oh God, you and Emma can have a Liverpudlian off. Right, Sean's box, darlings. £1, darlings. Look, there it is. It's a real one. And 3, 2, 1. In it goes. Oh dear. That's thrown me off now. Liverpudley and Simone. Well, I don't think any of us could have expected that, darlings. I'm dead excited about that food warmer now. That's probably as hot as it gets. But if I leave the staff curry in there for like 3 hours, it should be hot, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? See, the jeopardy is that if I decide, right, we'll do staff curry in the hotel room, which would be the most interesting, romantic type of thing to do, and cost effective, of course, because it would save me buying food. And that, this road trip is being done on a budget. Ram had a go at me. I said, well, I need some rice for tomorrow, Ram. He said, go to a restaurant. I said, I can't afford to go to a restaurant. What are you talking about? What's the matter with you? He said, if you can't afford to go to a restaurant, you shouldn't be going on holiday. It's because I can't afford to go to a restaurant. I need to go on holiday. I just need to do it on a budget. Ram and I are making plans to, before the Nepal thing, we're planning a trip to Malta. He wants to have a lad's trip to Malta, just him and me. We're planning it for February or March. He's paying, so happy days. And we'll go on a Monday, come back on a Thursday, something like that. And yeah, I will show him all of the Maltese islands. I know what he wants to do. He wants to be away from his missus and family and be a young man again, and drink too much and go to the casino and not get into trouble, and probably wants to chase after women as well. But he's a good man, Ram. He's not one of the bad men. He's a good man. He'd talk about it and think about it, but he would never actually do it. And he's got a lovely wife. But he's been talking about this Malta thing for ages. And Yeah, we'll actually do that. That'll make really good content as well, won't it? Me and Ram in Malta. That'll be a laugh. My Sky Q lets me watch the iPlayer without a TV license, says Paulie. I'm sending a voice note. I apologise in advance. Says Simone. Don't apologise. That was brilliant. What? Do you still need the TV license to go through the BBC app? You do, Andrew. You do indeed. I have small hands but sausage fingers, says Matron. I have WhatsApp on my PC, says Simone. Yeah, but I can't get it on iPad. Or I don't think I can anyway. My fat digits, says Mr. Tickle, are terrible for typing on my phone. Yet evolution lets me reach the bottom of a Pringles tube. I love that. Oh, I love that. I'm going to have to go and check the water again. I'm obsessed by this fruit eater. In fact, I'll do it. I'll do it in front of you. Look, we can all do it together. Right, I'll have to be careful because this has got hot water in it now, hasn't it? So there's the thing. There's the heat on light. It's very basic. There's no on-off switch, no nothing. There's the little air venty thing. Your cheap, shitty cutlery goes in there. Right, let's. Oh, can you see that steam? That is steam. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. I'm looking. You can see the steam. Right, so. Oh no, that is properly hot. There's no way. No, I can't be keeping my finger in there. And there is steam. That's going to heat my staff curry up properly, isn't it? Hey, we're onto something now, darlings. This is going to work. Outside is slightly warm, but perfectly holdable. So I could sit and eat that in my hotel bed. Yeah, that 100%, that is hot. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? So, okay, it's not going to heat curry and rice as easily as it would heat water, I imagine. But just means you've got to leave it there for longer, doesn't it? I think I'm going to do this. Now, is that big enough to hold a portion of? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I think I'm going to do it. I think we're going to risk it for a biscuit. You see, the jeopardy is that if I rely on this and at 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever ridiculous time I'm ready to eat, the handles aren't very good. But the handles are pants. Never mind, just pick it up by the outside there. Yeah, the jeopardy is that if it hasn't heated food, by the time I'm ready to start the going to bed thing, I'm stuffed, aren't I? Oh, hang on, I've got it. Which one does it go in? This one, isn't it? I'll plug it back in, keep it going. Is the light on? Yeah, the light's on. Yeah, so if it doesn't work for any reason, it's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm stranded in a hotel room. And I'm going to be starving hungry. And, you know, I'll have vodka inside me. So it's not like I can drive and get a sandwich. And, you know, if I didn't eat, if I didn't have supper, then I could literally die of starvation overnight. So I'm putting my life in the hands of that little thing. Oh, everybody's having a laugh at Simone. I thought that was Welsh, says Andrew. Boaty perked up at the thought of a Liverpudlian lady, says Peter P. Scouse is a lovely accent, says Stu. Simone sounded like Mr. Stephen Parry, says Emma. Your food will be a damn sight warmer than Hubnut in his Belingo. I think we all need to go and watch this Hubnut video. We should do it as a live watch along, shouldn't we? I should have done a live stream where we all just watch Hubnut live. He'll be dipping his dangler in the curry, says Peter P. I wouldn't be dipping my dangler in that. It would boil me foreskin off. My one skin lies over my two skin. My two skin lies over my three. My three skin lies over my foreskin. So pull back. No, don't sing that. Don't sing that. There's a song about that, Peter, says Emma. Yeah. When was that? That was Llandudno, didn't it? When I just started. Yeah. If you ever spend time with me, and Emma will confirm this, I get a ridiculous song in my head and I just sing it over and over and over. Was it the first or the second Llandudno visit where I was singing about don't dip your dangler in the curry? And then, of course, in a Gullies, it was take small children by the hand. I watched Harry Enfield Scousers so much when I was a kid, says Hooked on Classics. Oh, God, yeah. And hey, calm down. Hey. Emma says, tomorrow Boaty will be singing Hello, Little Tinkle, enjoy the Snowdonia night air. Now is your time to freeze. Oh, no, Boaty will be freezing his little hubnuts off. They do, though, don't they? Oh, dear. Having had teens, says Emma, I can confirm that Kevin and Perry is so realistic. Well, having had teens, also, I would agree, as does Mark on Motoring. If you meet another Liverpudlian lady in Wales, says Bad Books, make sure she doesn't... I read that. Oh dear. I think it's safe to eat, says Steve. Emma says, pivotal moment, Boaty discovers steam. Oh, we've got another doings, darlings. This is exciting, isn't it?
Boaty, it was the first Llandudno trip where you kept on singing, don't put your dangler in the curry. But on the second one, the song of the trip was mashed potato on my breakfast and gravy as well. Yeah, you sung that quite a lot. I think you were quite excited about your carver breakfast, where funnily enough you didn't have mashed potato or gravy. But yeah, that was the song of that trip.
I didn't even remember that. I didn't even remember. I remember it now you said it, but I would never remember that in 1,000 years. Mashed potato on my gravy, on my breakfast, and gravy as well. Yeah, baby. I must be stupendously annoying to spend time with. I don't know why anybody would ever do it. God almighty. I must be like having a really annoying 3-year-old child tagging along with you all the time. What's for lunch? When's lunchtime? I need the toilet. And just singing the same old silly songs over and over again. And I literally do it over and over again. I don't even know I'm doing it. When I'm on my own, and I spend quite a lot of time on my own now. When I'm on my own, I just do it without thinking about it. So when I'm around other people, I just do it as well. I've lost that filter, that thing in your mind that says, right, you're with people now, you're not on your own, be normal. Try and be normal, for Christ's sake. And I just don't do it. Mashed potato on my breakfast and gravy as well. Oh, yeah. God knows where that came from, mashed potato on my breakfast. It's the weirdest thing that'll trigger me. Like at Gullis, it was a tannoy announcement, and it was something about taking, hold your child's hand when you did some ride or something or other. Take small children by the end. I'm checking my lunchbox warmer again. Oh, balls, that's falling out. That is properly hot. That is properly hot. That's got to be okay, hasn't it? That has got to give me. Right, fuck it. I'm going to live life on the edge, darlings. I am doing the staff curry in the hotel room. It is going to happen. I'll put it on to start warming up as soon as I get to the hotel at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll give it a good 7 hours to warm through. I will. Now, have I got? I have. I've got. Now, this would work. This is. This is roti. Nice piece of roti there. Not naan, look. Roti. That only needs warming through. So I could pop that on top of the curry and rice. After about halfway through the warming process. After about 4 hours, I can pop this in. And I think we're sorted, darlings. I genuinely, right, I'm going to do this. Right, so we've got the noodles for the food flask to be eaten in the car, en route, somewhere scenic in Snowdonia. And then, staff curry in a hotel room. Hello, what's that? Oh, Face ID. No, there's my face. Open up. Oh! Oh, she's done a clip. Here we go. Unmute.
Mashed potato on my breakfast and gravy as well. Yeah. Mashed potato on my breakfast and gravy as well. Yeah.
You see, now I will genuinely have had no idea that I was actually singing that. I don't have that filter anymore. Whether it's an age thing or whatever, and that was in the morning driving to Carver, so it's not like I was drunk or anything like that. I've just got that filter is missing, and stuff that's in my head just comes out of my mouth. Imagine going for a nice breakfast and somebody singing that over and over in the car. Mashed potato on my breakfast and gravy as well. Yeah. I'm going to be a nightmare when they put me in the old people's home, aren't I? I'm going to be the one they all talk about. I'm going to be the one they all dread. Boaty needs changing. Oh, you do it. I can't do him again. He drives me mad. He was thinking about having 19 buttocks and giving 17 of them to me. I'm not doing him. He's one of his YouTube mates smuggled him in a bottle of vodka last night and he shut himself up to his neck. A message from John. Hi, Jason, mate. I've had it confirmed today by a call to have a bad chest infection and I'm feeling like death warmed up. John, sorry to hear that, John. But, bless you. Bless you. Hope you feel better soon. I mean, You've fought everything else off. God knows. You've survived your brain tumor and the heart attack and the strokes and the cancer and the brain tumor. You're not gonna let a little chest infection finish you off, are you? No, you're made of sterner stuff than that. Kick its ass, John. But seriously, hope it eases up soon for you. Mashed potato on my breakfast and gravy as well. Oh, another one. They're pinging in left, right, and centre now.
In a gentleman's urinal on the night before cup final, I saw two sailors standing bold as brass. And their conduct was disgusting, because one of them was thrusting 3 fingers up the other fella's arse.
I can't play that.
I said, I'm not complaining, but would you mind explaining why you're performing this disgusting trick? And the first tar said, it's easy. This sailor's feeling queasy. I'm his mate. I'm trying to make him sick. I said, but this is heinous. 3 fingers up the anus. Won't never make him sick, you silly goat.
Stop
But
it.
he looked rather sly and then gave this reply. He said, they will do when I stick 'em down his throat.
Yeah, I was just thinking exactly that. Emma says, be careful in case that's copyrighted. Yeah, I might get a copyright bang on that. Nothing I can do about it now, is there? I've played it. That was funny. Do be careful if you send me anything like that. Do make sure before you send it, if it's during a live stream, so I'm likely to play it, do make sure that it's not anything copyrighted, because I will get a smack, a copyright smack. Good bit of kit, says Paulie. Talking about the heated lunchbox thingy. Can't be sticking my finger in there. Hasn't stopped you before, Boaty, says Andrew. What? Oh, okay, that's a deleted comment that I didn't even see. But good old Emma and Matron, they've got their fingers on the moderating button, bless them. Anyway, Boaty discovering steam made me hear the famous music from Space Odyssey. The loafing slan did know his shit, says Peter Pete. We agree with that. All the Boaty songs are on my videos, says Emma, and the album is coming out for Christmas. Oh dear. Yes, says Emma, I can confirm that Boaty is stupendously annoying to spend time with. Oh, that's John again. I don't know why I presume he's watching the live stream, so I don't know why he's not commenting on there, but he says, thank you, Jason and community. You will all get me through this, as it's my birthday in 2 weeks and I need to be right for that. I'm sure you'll be grand, John. It sounds like the closing line on Fraser's theme, says Andrew. It does. Gosh, says Emma, imagine the staff in the old people's home having to wipe all 19 buttocks. That's a heck of a lot of TPE, says Emma, says Andrew. Oh. Right, there we are. We've caught up with the comments, darlings. It has gone midnight, and I'm going to bugger off and abandon you, because I've got stuff to get ready for tomorrow. You know how it's going to go. I'm going to stay up too late. I'm going to struggle in the morning, but I don't care. Right then, darlings. Thank you so much for your company. And the next time you see me, we will be in Carnarvon Harbour in Snowdonia, North Wales. How exciting is that? And my staff curry will be bubbling away in my little heater thing. Have a fab trip tomorrow, Mr. Bunghole, says Emma. Night all safe journey, Boaty, says Paulie. Snoozy Doodle, says Peter B. Yeah, we're going to be in Snowdonia tomorrow. How exciting is that? I'm so excited about it. I really do need a little break and a change of scenery, and I'm just so looking forward to the road trip. And I'm like Harry's Garage, Harry Metcalf. For me, the pleasure is in the driving through the amazing scenery. I love amazing scenery. I love driving. Combine the two, and I'm as happy as a pig in muck. So, yeah, that's what the road trips are. I know other people like to get out and camp, or get out and hike, or get out and throw their clothes off and jump into a puddle. But for me, it's amazing scenery, amazing roads, an interesting car, and driving. So tomorrow is just going to be heaven for me. Yeah, it'll be cool hanging out in the hotel, trying to make some supper, and I'm sure we'll have a great live stream. Yeah, not too far to fall off then. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, in a Travelodge in North Wales, darlings. Yeah, how exciting is that? And I will have consumed my noodles underneath a panoramic roof in a lay-by somewhere in Snowdonia. Oh, it's going to be great. I'm so excited. I really am. Okay, let's get on and do some preparation. Thank you for your company all through today. Thank you so much. Let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night. A good Monday ahead. I hope there's some joy to be taken from it. And above all, you all take really good care of yourselves. And if you have those that love you or who you love, try and take really good care of them too. And join me tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I think it's just me. Emma's going to have the night off. If she changes her mind, grand. If not, it'll be just you and me, and 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Monday Night Live from Snowdonia. You can't whack it. Much love from me, darlings. Catch you later. And on that note, Pachu and a very Snowdonia. Bosh! Oh, yeah. Excited? Much? Oh, let's all go and watch Hubnut.